Hi, I am Bob Pine. I'm a specialist on Airtable and automation too. Over the years, I've worked with several businesses, helping them streamline their operation using Airtable custom solution and working with other tools like Zapier, Make, Scripting, Monday.com, Asana, and many more. Today, I want to walk you through a powerful learning management system I built. Currently, this system is being used by a client. I built it for a client. So I want to show you the dynamics and future and how you could integrate it into your business, and it will be a game changer for you. So in the educational sector, you have an online school, online training or course, and you want to automate your process from top to bottom. This is a good system that can do that for you. And so far it has been so amazing for my client, and I want to show you some great features and how you can do that. So let's dive in right away as I show you. Just imagine the process you had when you're going through an online program or online training or online school, and you have access to a learning management system portal. Look at the process of from onboarding to tracking your module progress to assessment to attendance to payment and invoice. You could see how the process is so seamless and automated. So this is basically what I build for my client. So the first one of the future of this learning management system is assign monitoring and assign modules. So what I did is that whenever a new student is onboarded, let me use the word student. Whenever a new student is onboarded, the first thing it does is to assign the onboarding modules to the student. So you don't want the student to go straight to the course content. You want an introductory module where you introduce the course to the person, tell him all you need to know about. So I automatically, one of the feature I do is that immediately the student is onboarded, the first module he assigned to the student is the onboarding modules. So he has to go through the onboarding modules to prepare him for the main course content. But before I go through the course module, let me quickly explain this to you. These are various tables created for this learning management system. We have the course table. This is a student table. This student table contains all information about the student, from enrollment status to course enrollment to payment to tracking of modules and everything. So and this student table are all linked with this table here. So we have the course table, we have the modules tables, everything about the module. We have the assignment, we have the quiz, we have the certificate, we have the course feedback table, we have the attendance, we have the payment and the invoice. These tables are all important in this learning management system because this is everything that the student will go through in their learning management portal or system. So what I did is that I link each of these table, I link to the other. So I link the student table with every table that is here, so it will easy me to sync an information get an information without going through the table. So I just want to explain that to you. I won't go in details explaining the process or I did the linking, because that will take a lot of my time, but I just want to let you know. So back to the assign. So the first thing feature I built was whenever the student is onboarded in the learning management portal, the first module that it get to interact with is the onboarding modules. The onboarding modules could be 3 modules. One, introduction of the program, overview of the programs, everything you need to know before starting the program. That is the first thing, because the student don't want to jump right away with the course program immediately. Another feature I built to make sure the student go through the onboarding modules, the onboarding module is to able to also track if the student actually go through the module. So what I did is that I also built a process where you track if the student actually have completed the onboarding modules. You should assign the next modules, which is the course module for the student. But if the student hasn't completed the onboarding module, he have to complete it before moving to the next module. That is another feature I built in this progress in this system. Another feature, another also good feature that my client loves so much is monitoring and tracking of course module. So tracking of student module. At every stage you want to know what modules the students have completed, where do they stop, what was their last completion date, what was the last time they engaged in that module. So I built a feature one of the feature I built was able to track monitor their progress, learning progress. So if they have this month they have only watched or go through 1-2 modules, this feature you can see total modules enroll, you can see number of modules. This feature will help to tell if the student what modules has the student completed, what module is left. You can see the completion status, if he has completed it, when last did the student interact with the models. You can see last models completion date, you can see April 24th, you can see days since last activity is 36. I also set a automation that if the student hasn't interact with the models or the portal within 14 days or 16 days, there should be an automatical message that is sent to the student to notify him that it's been 14, 15 or whatever days he's been last he engaged with the portal. So that is another feature I built and my client loves it so much. So these informations here are not my client's information. I got them from the internet. I won't want to share my client's information because that's sensitive information. So the process I'm explaining are what I built for my client, other than some little dynamics, but these are not my client information. So another, aside the monitoring and tracking of learning progress by the student, another feature that I also build is also assignment. As much as you can in this system, you want to track the assignment progress, student that submitted the assignment, student that is on pending, because at the end of the program this also help in the marking scheme, or the marking the progress of the student. So I build this, and this is a table. I build a system that's able to track the student that submitted the assignment and student that I didn't submit. So you could see for the student that submitted, you could see they are graded already. You could see 70 here, you could see 65, you could see 80. So these are graded. You could see the student that submit are graded, while though not the student that didn't submit is not that is pending. So this is another feature to able to track assignment progress, because it is important. They also quiz. This also quiz, to able to track students that engage in quiz, because they're also important in learning process. Then also certification at the end of the programs. These certifications to able to check the students who actually go through the program, who completed the program, the modules, then are actually valid for certification. Then also course feedback. Course feedback is so very important, because at much you want to make sure the student you get a feedback of the course content. So this feedback I build for my clients. I build a form in the process. The form allows students to fill that form. So when they fill the form, the information of the form is populated in this table. So the rating, the course rating, if it's 5, if it's 6, what is the feedback, what things they need to improve on the course, or other aspects. So this feedback is very important. So it's a feature I build to help to able to checkmate the things that needed to be improved on, or the courses, or the process that need to be improving on. Then attendance. I also build a feature on attendance. Another feature is attendance table. You want to track the number of students that is attending live class, engaging in course activities, and other activities. So I built a feature that's able to do that. So if the student is the student that is frequently attending live classes, engaging the course with the modules, it will place the student status as present. You could see it for late, you could see absent for those. So this help to able to also track the student that is engaging in the course, that is going through the program. Student that for a while haven't really engaged, to send automated SMS to them. So this is another great feature, attendance table. Then we also have the payment feature. So this to track the student that have paid for the month, that the student that is not yet paid. So there's a due date. So when the student pay last subscription, your subscription can be monthly, can be quarterly, can be yearly, depends on how you want to structure it. For my clients is quarterly and yearly. So whatever the process is, you have a due date. When that due date is exceeded, it will notify the student 7 days before the due date. It will notify them. Then 2 days after the due date, it will place them on unpaid. That you will see here in the invoice. You could see when it's overdue, when the student is overdue, is the last payment was made 17, and few days after that is overdue, it will place the student status as unpaid, and might restrict him for accessing the models or the portal. So that is this learning management system. Maybe these are the features, from onboarding to tracking of course models, to assignment, to quiz, to attendance, to course feedback, payment, and invoices. So there are also some dynamic I built for my client that is not here. You could want more dynamic, whatever the case will be. But it's also show you a learning management system I built. So if you're a business owner, you want me to build something like this for you, add more dynamics. You could send a DM. You could send a DM, a message. Let's hop on a call. Let's automate your business from top to bottom, instead of dealing with the manual process of trying to track course, know the student. You could do that automated, and it will reduce stress. It will make the onboarding process and course process seamless for the student, and it will save you time, resources, and also make you more money. So if you're a business owner, you send a message, reach out on let's hop on a call. Let's take your business to the next level. If you're also a business owner, you also want to automate your system. I have worked in almost all niche, from e-commerce to real estate to insurance to health, and over the years I've worked with all niche. I could automate your system for you. I like solving problems, and it gives me joy when I do that for my clients. So far over the years, all the clients I've worked with, I haven't had any bad review except one time, and that time was just a little misunderstanding which was resolved for my client, and he was so very happy. So let's hop on the call. Let's take that business to the next level. So thank you.